Nick slips in behind, Hopkins chasing, shoots and scores! Great forward again, another. Here we go! Lines it up. Lines it into the bottom corner! Really well there. Moffat cuts inside. Moffat! What the great catch! Welcome back to FBTV, part of the Football Brisbane Media Group. I'm Robert Blanch, and we're here at Spencer Park for round one of the Veto League between two former Phillips League sides, Brisbane City and Lions FC. I'm joined by Football Brisbane analyst Darren Haselden. Darren, how do you feel about tonight's game?
Well, Robbie, I don't know about you, but I'm really excited. I mean, tonight is the start again, the rebirth, the re-emergence of Football Brisbane's greatest derby. It's unparalleled in my opinion. We go back to the Azuri, Hollandia days, the great days of National League success for either of these clubs. And then we talk about the traditions of the players that have come through these clubs. We've had Frankie Liddell and Frank Pimlett, great players that have come through, Jim Hermiston, Davey Ratcliffe, and then we've got two great players in Charlie George who put the fear into the hearts of all defenders. And then, of course, who could forget the great man himself, George Best, who not only put the fear in defenders, but the joy into the hearts of all football fans. So tonight, it's just great to see these two clubs back at the pinnacle of football in Brisbane.
Moving forward to today, how do you see this game panning out tonight?
Well, I think neither side will be at their best. It's round one. The state's lost a lot of training time due to the wet weather that we've had, and I think that the best that we can hope for tonight, I think we'll see two sides play a high tempo. I think there will be the odd mistake. I don't think either manager will have both sides perfectly set up in their structure. So I think that we'll see plenty of goals, a great tempo, the atmosphere will be great. There's a great crowd here tonight, and deservedly so. And I think we'll sit back and watch a great game of football.
And as the teams make their way out onto the field, let's have a look at the team lineups for tonight's clash. The officials for tonight's match are referee Avi Cohen and his assistant referees Adrian Kranzoff and David Di Pasquale.
We start the match with a ceremonial kick-off with Charlie Dench and Billy Wilkinson, former Phillips League players for both clubs here at Spencer Park. It's great to see players from the past involved still in our game. We're underway at Spencer Park in the first FBTV game of the season. Blackadder for Austin. Antonio Murray clips it on. Austin slides it in. Stevens in between. He's got there. It's going in. Schofield can only help it into his own net in the 16th second. I tell you what, we'll have to check the record books. That could well be the fastest goal in the Veto Premier League. Stewart, Rowley, City looking to play out from the back. Ball forward, easily cut out. We'll go back to his keeper, or he's sold Burson short. Burson comes and beats Minor with his feet. Good keeping from Aurelio Burson. Looking for Chester. The ball's just overhit. City settled into their plan now. Kasheri forward, great touch, Antonio Murray. He set Chester free on the left. Oh, clever ball, Murray gets there. Chester! Great save by Muir. Wrong hand from the Lions keeper. Schofield with the throw to his skipper Greg Thomas. Under pressure from Scott Stewart. Isolated, loses out. Butler picks up the scraps. Clips it back in. Oh, Thomas through the gap. Puts it across, and Blackadder plays safe and puts it out for a corner. Corner swung in. It's a dangerous one. Stewart with the header, I think. Burson's taken a knock. He's down. Stewart with the goal kick, long, touched by Murray. Chester wins out in the middle of the park. He's got his head up. Rowley with a good run, gets the ball. He'll cross this in, and does. Austin at the back post, and Jared Austin's volley goes wide of the mark. Lions trying to settle into their passing game. City pressuring high up the park, giving them no time. They come away with it though. Early ball, middle of the park, great through ball. Trouble here. Clever ball through for Butler. Butler! Great save, Burton. And again, strong, and Blackadder gets enough of a touch to force a corner. Desperate defending from City. Corner swung in, away by Stevens. Tobin with the ball in, floats it in. Butler, first time off the post! Oh, the City goal's leaving a charmed life at the moment. It's not over yet though. Thomas, Minor with a touch, and again, City do enough. Ball out for Austin. Little bit of space out on the right. Clips it forward, looking for Antonio Murray. The Lions skipper Thomas tracks back well to defuse the situation. Blackadder with the throw. Again, Murray's the target. Clip forward, looking for Jared Austin, who keeps the defenders under pressure. Cleared. They can't get their lines of clear though. Ball in the middle of the park. City will come away with it. Tung, cut out. Kasheri. For Chester, great touch. Lays it back inside. Tung, still going. And oh, great last-ditch tackle to deny the City midfielder. If Lions can settle into their passing game, this game could become a bit of a battle. Oh, it's a poor ball. It's put Schofield under plenty of pressure. He'll do well to keep this in, and does. Well played, Jake Schofield. Murray putting the pressure on high. Back for Muir. Back to Schofield. Oh, it's gone past. Tung first time. Murray with the shot! Oh, great save, Luke Muir. That was going in, and Antonio Murray tonight. Let's have a look. Oh, that's a fantastic strike, and an equally great save from the Lions keeper. Sherry with the throw. Flicked on by Rowley. Flicked on by Murray. Chester putting the pressure on. Muir, poor clearance. Stevens, Ben Stevens makes it 2 on the stroke of half-time. Muir will have to question his clearance there, but it was a well-taken goal. Thomas with the ball in. Away by Rowley. Chester. And that's the half-time whistle, which sees Brisbane City 2, Lions FC 1. Well, the first half's over, and we're being excited, we've been entertained, and the football quality has been absolutely fantastic. Darren, what's your thoughts on the first half of the game tonight?
Well, mate, we couldn't have asked for a better explosive start than the one we got. We said there might be goals, but we didn't anticipate that 16 seconds into the game we would have our first. So that certainly spun the game on its head. But look, as the game went on, I thought Ben Stevens in the middle of the park for City's really dominated. First 20 minutes, he certainly linked beautifully for the Brisbane City side going forward. I think Graham's from Brisbane Lions has got a little bit of a headache now. He's got to work out how he's going to combat Brisbane City's width. I think they're dominating out wide. Young Jake Schofield's certainly got his hands full with Chester, and he needs a little bit of support there. So I think Rossi's going to have to sort of tinker with his midfield a little bit and try and give the lad a bit more support. And if he does do that, I think Lions will come back into the game, and they're probably unlucky not to equalise. You know, they had chance off the post and they created a good opportunity where the keeper at City was very good. But overall, I think City are good for their lead, and for me, Ben Stevens drifted out the game a little bit there for a while, but finished the first half off well with a great, well-taken goal. You know, well-crafted, well-taken, and I think City are good for their lead.
Do you think there'll be changes from the Lions side, or maybe just a tinker in tactics as opposed to personnel?
I think it's probably more a tactical thing, just from the way I see it. I just like to see that if Graham's going to play with the three up front, I just think that they're wide players, and they are a little bit narrow, I think, in defence. I just think that their front wide players need to just drop back in the hole, just to sort of take away the channels that City are enjoying at the moment. And I think if they do that, I think they can actually counter on the break. I think Greg Thomas is a smart footballer. He certainly will bring players into the game, and if we can get Greg into a position where he can be a good recipient of the ball and in good areas, I think they will get that joy. I think they'll catch him on the break, but they really do have to block up those channels that City are enjoying at the moment with the width that they're getting.
Second half here at Spencer Park. Blackadder forward. Antonio Murray under pressure, surrounded, does well, turns away, cuts it across. Muir doesn't hold. Austin with the easiest of goals. 5 minutes into the second half to make the score. 3-0 to the home side, and this could well be the goal that seals the match for Brisbane City. Lions looking to play quickly. Osman back out. Options seem rare. Still knocking the ball around nicely. They're not going anywhere. That's a great ball forward though. Miner's got on the end of it. He's turned Stewart. Stewart recovers. It's a great tackle. Alvarez under pressure, and Rowley clears the lines for the home side. Corner swung in. Burson takes it unchallenged, rolls it quickly to Blackadder. City on a quick break. Played forward, Murray. Time to turn, plays it inside. Ball out for Chester. Stephen Chester makes it 4 in the 60th minute for the home side at the end of a great passing play from Brisbane City. Alvarez misses out in the middle of the park. Lions come away with it. Khan uses his pace. Blackadder tracks back. Does well. Looking for options, plays it back in the middle, picked up by Murray. He's got time, he's got runners both sides, he's given it, Chester's kept himself onside. First touch is heavy, will he get there? No! Muir well off his line and plays it early. Burson with the goal kick. Chester, great touch. Early ball, looking to unleash on the right. Under pressure, and the Lions defender rolls it out for a throw in. Blackadder for Murray. Back for Blackadder. Drives it in. On Stephen with a fantastic guided header into the far post. Makes it 5-0 in the 65th minute. Ball forward. Lions, good close touch play. Forward again. Stewart. They'll look to come wide. No, back to the keeper. Burson, under pressure, beats the striker, shows his on-field prowess, plays it wide. City keeping possession well. This is what they want to do, and this is what they've done. What will Burson do this time? He's taken a bad touch. He's under pressure. Khan will simply roll it into the back of the net for a consolation goal for Lions in the 70th minute. Rowley, under pressure, lays it back. Stewart. Rowley gives the ball away. Osman for Khan. Burson's off his line. He chips him. It goes just wide of the post. Rowley back for Blackadder. Forward for Tung. Great touch for Rowley. Still going. Silky skills. Tung charges through. Tries to chip the ball forward. He's still got it, Zach Tung. Shoots. Murray picks up the crumbs. Crosses it across. Kashiri makes it 6 in the 88th minute. A comprehensive victory here at Spencer Park by Brisbane City. Lions still looking to play the ball out from the back. They've got nothing to lose. They've gone forward. Gets the ball back. Shot from distance, and Burson with an acrobatic save to his left denies the shot from distance. Lions with a late charge, away by Stewart. Battling in the middle of the park, and that's the final whistle, which sees this round 1 Veto League match end Brisbane City 6, Lions FC 1.
Graham, not the result I suppose you were hoping for. We spoke on the podcast on Wednesday night about the chances and what was going to happen tonight. Didn't quite pan out the way for Lions FC tonight.
No, not at all. Obviously, terrible performance. Disgraceful really for players of that calibre. Embarrassing for our fans that came out tonight. Just not good enough. Conceded in the first 5 seconds, I think. It just got worse from there. Obviously, the second half we had to push players forward and try and get back in the game, and it cost us a few more on the break. But that's how it goes. But going to have a good look at things this week and see where we go from here. Regroup.
I suppose the first instinct would be to think about making changes. Is that something that you'll be thinking about during the week?
Oh, listen. There's no doubt. 4 or 5 players had a very poor game. Shooting from the hip, you would, could probably drop 4 or 5 players easily. But need to have a good think about it, regroup, have a good week under our belt, and see where we go from there. So, but certainly disappointed, and probably 5 or 6 players there today.
There was certainly positives. The side played well in patches, but didn't quite hold it together for the whole game. I suppose at the end of the day, you can work on those positives in training and take those positives to training and look at the stuff that didn't work. And I suppose that's what you're going to be working on the training paddock this coming week.
You got to give a lot of credit to City. They pressed very high, put us under immense pressure, didn't allow us to play. But in saying that, we really rushed things as well, and obviously didn't play well, and it showed on the score sheet. So back to the drawing board, big time.
Well, Mark, first one's under the belt, 6-1. I'm sure you didn't expect that result tonight.
No, Blanchy. I mean, from our podcast during the week, I was quite nervous. I mean, as you could well see, and I think our boys, what we did today is that we actually closed them down in tight areas, and we won the midfield. I think DJ Rowley today was outstanding, and once he got forward and Benny got forward, and that was the win for us today. The midfield we won. Zach Tung, DJ Rowley, and Ben Stevens, that won the game for us. And then obviously with the class up with Antonio up front, he created opportunities, and it was brilliant.
We've got to see the style of football that you want to play. As I said, everyone would be aware that I came to the initial meeting here when you were talking about your philosophies. Didn't happen for the whole 90 minutes, but at the same time, the patches where you were in control, you were definitely in control.
Without a doubt, Blanchy. I think the curriculum is you've got to be able to know when to apply it and when not to apply it. And I think we're still at the early grassroots stage of getting to full grips of it. And we just got to get that self-belief. I said to the boys, they've got to believe in me and in what I'm telling them. And when they do that, then that's when you get results. I think it's the key factor. When you're in tight games, big pressure games, you've got to believe in what your coaches are telling you. And I think they did that in small little patches today. And as I said, Blanchy, it is a work in progress. And yes, very positive, very happy.
Aurelian must have given you a couple of heart attacks there today. He honestly believes he's an on-field player, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, he does contribute a lot in the small-sided games that we do. I just got to balance it with him, and he's adapted. I mean, playing out at the back in the curriculum is the goalkeeper is fundamental. He's got to be part of it. He's got to have good touch, and he's got to play. But some of those things he was doing today, taking the strikers on and playing out at the back, some of it was a bit heart-wrenching. But his goalkeeping is superb. It really is superb. So I'll let him off for that one mistake he did.
Well, there we have it. The end of the first game on FBTV for 2012 in the Veto League. A 6-1 victory to Brisbane City over Lions FC in front of a crowd of over 1,000, which is probably about 400 more than Gold Coast United get in their normal A-League matches. Hesse, it was a game where City controlled it in every aspect, and Lions FC seemed to struggle with the pace and the width of the Brisbane City style.
Yeah, well, Robbie, we did discuss that at half time, and we did say that, you know, the avenues that City were gaining the advantage was through the channels that they were enjoying down out wide. And unfortunately, Lions never coped with it. They never adjusted. Ben Stevens, I thought, was sensational today. He dominated the midfield. He did everything right, scored 2 goals. So great performance for him. The wide players did really well. But Mark, I would say, would be really, really happy. The thing that I was most impressed with the City lineup was that when they defended really tight, nice and compact. They shifted across the pitch really well, pressed the ball well. So I think, Mark, apart from the fact you score the 5, take away the blooper from the keeper, I think Mark would be really happy with the way his side defended. For Graham, look, one loss doesn't make a big difference at this stage of the year. It's probably the magnitude of the loss that would probably hurt the most. But he'll get something out of that tonight. He'll look back at this and reflect, and he's probably learnt more about his players in a game like today than what he will throughout the season. So, you know, Graham will reflect, and he'll get something out of the match.
He said earlier in the interview that he had 4 or 5 players that just didn't get to the level that he expects them to get to, and let's face it, it doesn't matter who you play against in the Veto League. If you have 4 or 5 players on an off day, you're going to struggle, and today, well, I suppose, with an end line of 6-1, that proved the point.
Yeah, look, you can't carry players at this level, and especially against teams that are on a run like City were today. They were dominant, and I was probably a little bit disappointed in a few aspects. One, I didn't really feel that anyone took control of the situation. Centrally, I thought that they did okay, but no one sorted out the problems out wide. So I don't know whether it was a tactical situation that where the boys played to a tactical system that Graham wanted, or they didn't execute the plan that Graham was trying to impose. So, look, at the end of the day, they'll learn from it, they'll go forward, and I'm sure that they'll put on a lot better performance next week.
Ultimately, it was a great game of football. It was entertaining, as I said earlier, a big crowd, a great effort from Brisbane City. The pitch is in absolutely pristine condition. It's the best I've seen Spencer Park for a number of years. They've put on a huge night, Brisbane City. It's good to see. It's good for the league. Lions FC came, I suppose, and were bridesmaids to the big day.
Well, they'll have their day, Robbie. There's no doubt they'll have their day in their sun. But the thing I like, mate, these two teams have now written a new chapter in the history of the Veto Premier League, the rebirth, as we said before. And this is a fixture that's deeply woven into the fabric of football in this state. To me, it's still the biggest derby in football. It's our Glaswegian derby. It's our Mancunian derby. It's our Copa del Rey. So, these boys have started a new chapter, and we'll look forward to the rematch in round 2.
Okay, well, that's it from here at Spencer Park. Tomorrow we'll be out at Field 5A at University for their clash against Capalaba.